From Sacramento, California, weighing in tonight at 280 pounds, Brian Brock.
You know, they called for a street fight, and that's what Brian Brock is wearing. Those are his street clothes.
It is a come-as-you-are street fight. Brian Brock showing up in overalls, but more importantly, with a trash can full of weapons. But in his hands, they may as well be weapons of mass destruction.
Brian Brock, of course, just a simple farm boy, not a fan of the big city, the traveling, that part of wrestling, we all know that Brian Brock is not a fan of.
Right.
But they were able to get him out of the country, not the, you know what I'm trying to say. They were able to get him out of the sticks and here to Pacifica for this big P-Town street fight.
Well, when he heard it was a street fight,
And
he was
his
all
opponents.
about it.
Weighing in tonight at 270 pounds, Pacifica's own J.R. Kratos!
Here we are, KG and AJ Kirsch. Gold Rush, reach for the gold too, and we're moments away from a P-Town street fight. P-Town is Pacifica, Sparky Ballard is your ref, Kratos in the camo, Brock in the farm gear.
And
We're underway.
And Sparky Ballard is only here to count the three or signal for a submission. No rules, it's all legal. A trash can, a crutch, a kendo stick, a folding chair, it's all as legal as a headlock.
Or a wrist lock, or a standing switch,
Or a Boston crab.
or a mahi straw cradle. We digress, AJ.
We do indeed digress, KG. Right now, we've got both men doing kind of a test of strength here. Brian Brock saying he's the big boy right here, and J.R. Kratos looks like he may disagree.
Two behemoths, it's kind of like like two battering rams, two dinosaurs, kind of like the Thing versus the Hulk, if we could get into the comic book world for a moment.
Let's do that, KG. The Thing versus the Hulk is quite accurate. I think I'd assign the Thing to Brian Brock and the Hulk to J.R. Kratos.
That's a very good comparison.
Thank you.
Look at this Brian Brock going for a test of strength, saying you and me in the test of strength. There's no misunderstanding that.
You know, I've got to say, it's not a normal occurrence that we see a street fight start out with a Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
But that's the thing about pro wrestling, as you know, brother, and that's a shoot. Anything can happen anytime, any place, on any given day. Any competitor can topple another. But it's such a rare opportunity to see two evenly matched behemoths, fairly new to the wrestling game, but on a meteoric rise, if you will, and certainly turning heads here in Pacifica. And as we know, the eyes of the wrestling world focused on Pacifica, California.
Tonight.
Gold Rush Wrestling. Tonight.
Yes, they
Tonight,
are.
And at least once a month, I'm thinking.
At least. Well, you're right, KG. Both of these men have very bright futures in this business, still relatively young in wrestling. And you see just a great display of power there from Brian Brock, leveling J.R. Kratos with the clothesline, sending him careening over the top rope.
raining to that floor, that unforgiving heart. Ooh! Just laying in those shots across that well-muscled back. You could probably break a sledgehammer across the back of JR Kratos as these young fans just talking a heap of trash to Brian Brock. These kids today, AJ, these kids today have no fear.
No fear, no respect. I would not want to be talking trash to Brian Brock or JR Kratos.
You know, as a child, I was terrorized by wrestlers like the Wild Samoans and the Long Riders and people. I would be terrified to come near them or if they turn their eyes upon me. And here these mere children are running their mouths at these behemoths, particularly Brian Brock.
They better be careful. That guardrail is not going to be enough to save them should Brian Brock. Wow, look at the strength from JR Kratos.
Right on the face. You know, we talk about it a lot, but that ring apron, just solid steel, no impact, no give, all impact.
All impact, absolutely zero give. And JR Kratos has his hands on the weapon.
Boom!
Whoa!
The amazing thing was, I don't know if the cameras caught it, but as brutal as that initial impact was, the garbage can then rotated in the air and hit Brian Brock again. He got caught 2 times for 1 impact. Buy one, get one free on the super trash can shot by the well-muscled Kratos.
Yes, that was a twofer right there. And look at this. It's only a couple minutes into this match, and he's already pulled out the table.
Going for some lumber, some plunder. Call it what you will.
Brian Brock is on Dream Street out here as JR Kratos props up the table in the corner. What he has in mind, I have no idea, but whatever it is, he's got bad intentions for Brian Brock.
Brian Brock. Oh my God,
Kratos.
no. Oh my God! Oh my God, he just went through the wall.
Brian Brock avoided the impact and sent JR Kratos straight through the Gold Rush entranceway.
I can't believe what I just saw. He turned his own momentum against him, getting out of the way.
Look at that foot just hanging out of the entryway.
Good Lord. JR Kratos, this may be the end of his career. I don't know.
Whoa.
Oh my God, coming back through the hard way. I don't know if there's an easy way to go through a reinforced wall.
That wall is solid oak, and JR Kratos just went through it like it was made of tinfoil.
Unbelievable. All Industrial Electric Supply, when they agreed to sponsor this match, I don't know if they knew how electrifying it would be, how shocking it would be.
And Brian Brock is not done yet. He has a chair.
Brian Brock has got a chair as these men taking their battle around the building here through the entranceway. I don't even know how Kratos is still trying to get to his feet.
Ooh. Chair.
Got him with a chair.
Just slammed right across the huge back of JR Kratos. No matter how much muscle you have, though, that chair shot is going to win every time.
Amen. Steel chair versus muscle. Steel chair versus bone. Steel chair versus sinew.
Steel chair versus skull.
Steel chair versus cranial lobe and frontal lobe, as well as the medulla oblongata. The point is, AJ, the steel chair wins every time.
Every time it wins.
Wait a minute. It's getting hard to call this from here, but he blocked. Kratos blocked the shot, took control of the chair, and unleashed the beast with that downward home run swing. Very rarely seen in baseball. Very common in pro wrestling.
Quite the astute observation, KG. And right now, JR Kratos, I don't know where they're going. You may want to think about taking a little road trip, KG, because I can't really make it out between all the camera people and Pacifica's population just swarming around this match.
Right, AJ, pardon me, viewers at home.
Please.
Try to get a little closer to this action.
KG giving chase. This match is spilling to the outside.
Action spilling outside into the street when we promised you a P-Town street fight. Wait a minute. Kratos and Brock trading blows out here on that steel guardrail, fighting amongst the parked cars. Hundreds of fans in the street. Referees trying to restore some order.
KG giving chase. He's on
I don't know if cameras are picking this up, but JR Kratos is fighting on the back of a wooden trailer. He's setting up Brian Brock for something. Asking the fans if they want to see him go up. Kratos has got him hooked. Brian Brock blocks that suplex attempt. These two behemoths, these two Goliaths brawling on the back of an open truck. Not since Dustin Rhodes and somebody else juiced hard have we seen men fighting in a wooden truck. No! Oh my God, JR Kratos just took an impact right off of that trailer, right almost through the hood of a parked car. There's a car being damaged out here. I apologize to whoever owns the blue Sentra or whatever that is. These men standing and trading blows. Kratos just body slammed on the hood of the car.
KG cutting in and out.
That corn-fed slam, possible soy-fueled. Farm Boy goes for a second power slam right on the hood of that car. Photographers and fans swarming around the outside area. Pacifica, California, in danger of breaking off into the open.
Almost everyone in the
hometown hero Kratos for a third time
cleared out.
Direct to Brian Brock. Unfathomable what's happening here. Wait a minute. Brian Brock is climbing onto the roof of the car. Brian Brock standing up on top of that roof. He's got a steel chair. Kratos is down. Kratos down. Brian Brock with that steel chair, illuminated in the moonlight. Some sort of a sick, twisted psychopath just measured him that chair.
Ooh.
Oh my.
You hear the impact from that hit.
Chair shot so hard, shattering the windshield. It's gonna be hard to drive home when your windshield is all spider webs.
I hope that's not my car.
JR Kratos starting to fight back. Kratos throwing Brian Brock right into that light post. Pure chaos here in the streets of Pacifica. Steel chairs, broken glass, smashed cars. Oh! Kratos went for a chair shot. It went through the passenger window.
I hope they're not fighting the
Hundreds of fans here flooding the streets. Please stand clear, stand back. We got some wild behemoths unleashed. Come on! JR Kratos got this crowd behind him.
Slam him! Slam him!
Kratos calling for a slam. JR Kratos up on the roof of that car. He's got Brian Brock in the compromising position here. I hope that car roof can support nearly 600 pounds of fury. Possible reinforcement here. These two behemoths standing and trading blows like they were trading cards back in the day. Kratos has him up for the slam. Brian Brock slammed on the roof. Halfway through the roof, goodbye luggage rack. Kratos stands tall. The crowd wants one more. I don't know if this vehicle can withstand this type of assault. Kratos scoops up Brian Brock again on top of that car, holding him one-handed scoop slam! Right through the roof. This is insanity. This is a street fight. When you think of streets, what do you think of? Cars, very common. Common on the street, rare to see in a wrestling match. That car is destroyed. JR Kratos now leading Brian Brock by his head. The fight continues, Pacifica. Standing and trailing a low blow. Caught him with that low blow, Brian Brock. The funk boy feeling apparently no effect of those numerous slams. Brian Brock just unloading on JR Kratos. This is insanity. This is a P-Town street fight. P-Town, Pacifica, call it what you will. Brian Brock.
He says no!
JR Kratos. Kratos.
You guys want to see a street fight? Street fight! You guys want to see a street fight? I don't think so. Get stepping.
Whoa. Locking the fans out. Locking the fans out of the street fight. Battle continues here. Hey, AJ, if you can hear me inside.
I can.
These guys are fighting their way back in.
I took a quick snack break. I can hear you,
The
KG.
fight still continues here out on the concrete.
Fans filing back into the Ingrid B. Lacey Middle School gym. I just saw Sparky
Fight
Ballard.
continues outside, AJ. These two behemoths. Brian Brock has locked the door, preventing fans access as these two fight into the back door of the Ingrid B. Lacey. AJ, you should be getting sight of them right now. As the
Here they
carnage of
come.
these two monsters.
Here they come back into the Ingrid B. Lacey gym.
Truly shocking.
This fight spilled out all around the Ingrid B. Lacey Middle School. And right now it looks like Brian Tannen is in control of JR Kratos. Brian Tannen giving chase. He's got a chair. Brian Tannen has a chair. Ooh! Right now, Brian Tannen looks like he's in firm. KG, can you give me some insight as to the chaos that was ensuing outside? I heard you. They were fighting on cars, on the concrete, out front. I mean, this is a middle school we're talking about.
Yeah, but there's some destruction. There may be some legal matters to be settled. I don't want to speculate here, but yeah, they were fighting on the back. They started on the back of a wooden trailer, reminding me, I think, of it might have been Road Wild. Dustin Rhodes and somebody, I forget who. And
I hope that wasn't my car. I heard you they were body slamming people on cars, windshield shattered. I was like, that best not be my car. Huge chair shot from Brian Tannen.
What I can say is this: numerous windows have been broken. The car is completely destroyed. Numerous body slams on the roof, completely compressing the roof of the car.
What was the color of the car?
It was light blue.
Okay, not mine. Not mine. I don't care. Not mine then.
I
Good.
think the license plate was W. Rood, R-O-O-D.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
This fight continues here, AJ. We have numerous refs out here. The crowd seemingly in shock at this P-Town street fight being unfurled here. I'm a little bit out of breath.
Well,
I apologize. It was just chaos.
No. We
It
need.
reminded me of being
Oh my
outside the
God.
CW arena.
You heard the screams from these fans just heading back towards the ringside area. Whoa!
Oh,
Ooh,
right
God.
on his head. Brian Brock just took a very bad bump over that steel barricade.
Yeah,
Landed right
he
on his
landed
head.
like a tent spike on his head. May have been his shoulder.
Seeing those fans scatter reminded me of Bruiser Brody versus Abdul the Butcher.
We got
International media photographers scrambling to get their next shot here.
I think we have every official from Gold Rush out to not contain, just to keep the fans safe. But only Sparky can call the finish to this match. These two have been going at it for quite some time.
Quite an epic battle going on here. You know, you said not only are all the Gold Rush wrestling refs here, they brought in some outside refs. I had some refs trying to throw me out of the area that I was calling the match from, to which I replied, kayfabe.
Kayfabe. You're just doing your job, KG. And right now, both men have a kendo stick. Both men have a kendo stick, staring eye to eye. Oh my God, they're gonna trade kendo stick shots. This is just malicious.
Wait a minute, each man. Oh, God.
Oh.
Call it a Singapore cane, call it a kendo stick. It's quite painful. Oh.
Both men just giving the other free rein to lay into him. Oh.
normally I'm a fan of sharing, but in this case, I don't know if it's better or worse that they each have their own candlestick.
Better for the fans here at Pacifica, but worse for the other.
Now he's got a crutch. This is just madness. This is insanity.
This is a P-Town street fight. And I don't know if Pacifica has ever seen a street fight as wild as the one we're witnessing right now.
Well said. The path of destruction that's been laid. It extends far outside the building, AJ. Sorry to cut you off.
No, not at all. The question I'm asking myself right now, KG, is after all the carnage and the madness that has already transpired over the last 15, 20 minutes, what is it going to take to get either one of these men to quit or to get them to stay down for a pinfall? Oh my. JR Kratos is about to go to town on Brian Brock.
Are you kidding me? Teeing him up, he's got that garbage can over his head, the man can't see!
Oh!
And now he probably can't hear or feel, oh my God!
This is nothing short of a massacre.
But I guess, there's two things you should learn from this. You don't want to mess with JR Kratos, and you don't want to mess with JR Kratos in his hometown of Pacifica, California.
Nobody knows what it means better than JR Kratos to throw down in a P-Town street fight.
Out of control is the word indeed. Kratos going for a suplex, blocked by Brian Brock.
He reverses. Oh! He crushed that garbage can like an accordion.
Unbelievable.
Sparky Ballard right there to check on both men. He was about to start a count, but this match cannot end in a double countout. This match can only end via pinfall or submission.
Absolutely, pinfall or submission, the only way to win. Both these men bruised, battered, and scarred, but hard. Full of fight, full of vigor, full of all that, because it is going down. In Pacifica, P-Town street fight. I've never seen a P-Town street fight before, but I will never forget the P-Town street fight that I am seeing right now that is unfolding before the world's eyes, AJ Kirsch.
And the people of P-Town will never forget what they're seeing unfold right in front of their very eyes right now. Brian Brock, he's got JR Kratos up. Is he gonna hit him? Is he gonna get it? No. JR Kratos escapes. Off the ropes. Huge spine buster.
A rather inappropriate slide whistle sounds. Wait a minute, he's kicking off his farmer wear, or at least he's trying to.
I hope he has something on underneath. Oh, thank God.
This is a street fight, but now he's in almost workout gear. But as you said, his look on.
Wait, there's a cover. First cover of the match, KG, unless there was a pinfall attempt on the outside. I don't know.
And I don't mean to harp on ring gear here, because it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It matters if you win. Pinfall or submission, the only way to win.
That's it. This crowd in Pacifica coming alive. They've never seen anything quite like what we've just witnessed, and it's not over yet.
Whoa!
Huge shoulder tackle takes down Brian Brock and sends him flying to the outside.
Velocity collides with momentum at the corner of Gold Rush and Pacifica Boulevards.
I like it.
Miss Gold Rush looking on. She can't believe what she's seeing. I can't believe what I'm seeing. The fans, the refs, the world watching this.
Wait a second. JR Kratos. What is JR Kratos doing?
He got pulled by a photographer. George is a photographer. He's a documentarian. He's not part of the fight.
Wait, he's taking. Wait,
he blinded him with a flash bulb, that high-powered bulb.
Wait a
Here
second.
comes
Oh my
Kratos!
God! No way!
Did you see the vertical leap?
JR Kratos just went airborne.
Did you see the vertical leap? The man soared like an eagle, like a gazelle, high above the ring. I can't believe what I just saw.
Absolutely unbelievable athleticism from the 300-plus pound JR Kratos.
And of course, if you're into social media, you can always follow us during the show at OG Kevin Gill, at
AJ Kirsch.
And of course, AJ's touting, he's
live
Facebooking.
From the show, you can see the highlights from tonight, including this unreal street fight.
That's continuing.
Whoa! Final cut to Brian Brock. And JR Kratos says, it's almost over.
Here he comes. Whoa!
Spear through the table on Brian Brock.
Did you see that? Spear through the table. I just saw JR Kratos beat Gangrel in Vegas just the other day. And this man is on a roll. This man has momentum. And he may have just ended the career of Brian Brock.
1, 2, 3.
Here's your winner, JR Kratos!
I don't know what to say. It's rare, as you know, AJ. You know me pretty well. You know that I'm really never at a loss for words.
Rarely,
but what
very
I
rarely.
just saw unfold, the athleticism, the spectacle, the violence. This is professional wrestling as only Gold Rush Wrestling here in Pacifica can deliver it, AJ. Any thoughts as we survey this carnage and the referees check on the physical well-being of these men?
KG, I pride myself on being very good with expressing how I feel, but right now, the only word coming to mind is wow! This crowd giving JR Kratos the appreciation he deserves for securing one of the hardest fought victories I've ever seen.
You know, he invites the fans to get down with the sickness, and I gotta say, if being down with the sickness involves being a world-class athlete, being a fearsome physical specimen, being a man that takes it to the limit and walks away victorious, then I want to be down with the sickness too, dude. I don't even like Disturbed, and that's a shoot.
Well, hey, JR Kratos walks away with a victory, but Brian Brock, after that beating, already on his feet, taking nothing away from the kid. He's got nothing to be ashamed of.